DreAllDay.com.
What's good, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Today I want to let you in on a secret that you should already know, but you may not quite understand, and you also may not quite understand how to put it to use. Because it's one thing to know a secret, it's one thing to have information. You can know something, but if you can't do anything with it, doesn't matter that you know it. You can read all the books you want, watch all the videos you want, listen to podcasts, take notes, watch every TED Talk that's ever come out. If you can't apply the information, it doesn't matter that you have it. You just wasted your time. So let me explain something to you. That I see a lot of content out there from people somebody who may be well known, or they have a big name, or maybe they got a lot of fans, that even if they not really saying anything, and what they saying is kind of pedestrian, it ain't really going anywhere, it's not giving anybody anything new, people respond to it at a very, very positively, at a very high level, simply because of who it is. And then the first few people respond positively, then everybody responds positively because they don't want to go against the grain, they don't want to go against the group. Now that part you may already know. Now let me tell you the part that you don't know. How can you get an audience of people to feel that way about you and whatever you do? I'm not talking about making YouTube videos or podcasting or blogging or anything that may necessarily be in the realm of getting known, quote unquote, or building a brand or getting famous. If that's not what you into, or if it is, you can use this. If it's not, you can definitely use this as well. You got to get people to believe in you at such a level that anything you do, they're going to figure out a way to make it look good, make it sound good, or justify why they're going to support it. I'll say that one more time and I'm explaining. See, this is where I go to another level that most people who talk about this stuff ain't going to go. They'll tell you this, but they won't tell you how to do it. You got to get people to believe in you at a level that anything you do, even if it's average, even if it's whack, even if it's trash, they look at it and they figure out a way to say, you know what, that's good because this, or you know what, I'm going to support it because of that, or yeah, they didn't do this part, but they did do this part. You got to get yourself to that level. You want to get other people to see you at that level. You got to get yourself to get other people to see you at that level. Now, how do you do that? Here's the first step. First step is not about what kind of content you make, what kind of camera you got, what type of platform you put your website on, what kind of microphone you use for your podcast, how often you post on Instagram every day. None of those things is the way to start it. The way to start it is you got to have enough belief in yourself, first of all, belief in your message that other people can get behind it because they see that you're behind it. Because if you're not behind it, they're not going to get behind it. If you're not sure, they're not going to be sure. Now, that part, you might say, well, yeah, I kind of knew that already. Now, you might know it, but are you doing anything with it? Now, let me go even further than that. Now, make sure you keep what I told you already in mind, because those points are important. Don't skip anything. But here's the next thing you got to know. In order for you to believe enough in something, you can get other people to believe in it, even if they're not 100% sure you know what you're talking about or you know what you're doing. You got to know what you're doing so well that you can talk about it at a level that you sound like an expert, and you actually are an expert. You're not just sounding like one, you sound like one because you are. You got to know a topic that well. And here's the thing with most people out there who are, you want to start blogging, or you want to write a book, or you want to put out some type of content, because I get people who come to me all the time talking about this. I want to do this, something that I may have already done, which is why they're coming to me, write a book, start a podcast, make YouTube videos, start a website, build an audience in whatever format they want to build it. But they have some reason why they're not doing it. Whatever area you want to put some content out in, whatever area you want to position yourself as someone who really knows what the hell they're talking about, you know enough. You know enough to be an expert. The problem many people have with calling themselves an expert or presenting themselves as an expert is they just ain't confident. They don't believe in themselves enough to present themselves as an expert. Therefore, they won't say the things that make them look like an expert. And here's a hint. If you want to look like an expert, you got to come out and say something that everybody else ain't already saying. Because if you're saying the same thing everybody else ain't already saying, you may very well be an expert, but what do we need you for? Let me repeat that. If you're saying the same thing everybody else is saying, you may very well be an expert, but what do we need you for? What are you bringing to the table that I can't get from him over there, her around the corner, this dude's blog, her podcast, his YouTube channel? If you're not saying anything or bringing anything to the table that is not already being said or done, what do we need you for? We don't need you. So you got to be enough of an expert, first of all, that you can speak as if you know what you're talking about, speak authoritatively. And then here's the second point you need to that. You got to have an opinion. You got to have an angle that has not already been explored. You got to have a point that hasn't already been made. You got to say something that hasn't already been said. And you got to keep saying it, and eventually say more stuff. Because if you say something that hasn't already been said and it's good and people pick up on it, eventually other people are going to start saying it. Eventually other people are going to start saying it. You're going to get lost in the wash. Right? So you got to come with something else, and then come with something else, and then come with something else. Which means your knowledge got to be deep, your opinions got to be deep. You got to have a point of view, have a position that you stand on. You can't just be another person doing it. I mean, you can be, and maybe you can get a little bit of attention for it, maybe make a little bit of money from it, but if you really want to build something that lasts, build something that stands out, build something that can't be just knocked off and duplicated by thousands of other people, then you got to have something unique that isn't already out there. I came out making YouTube videos, basketball YouTube videos over 10 years ago. That wasn't something that was it was unique because there wasn't a whole bunch of other people doing it at the time. Now you got thousands and thousands of people doing it. If I had just stayed with doing that, then who would I be? I'd just be a guy who I might be able to walk around and say I'm the guy who started it, but there's 1,000 other people doing it. Maybe they got even more audience than I got. But then I moved it to other things, and I started writing books, and I did TED Talks, and I podcast, and professional speaking, and coaching, then doing a whole bunch of other things that y'all don't even know about yet because I ain't talked about them. But this is what I'm saying is you got to have an angle. You got to have something that you stand on that makes you unique from everybody else in a way that can't be duplicated. And if you can't come up with a way that can't be duplicated, you can come up with your way by doing more things than everybody else will do. So you can use energy, you can use persistence, you can use consistency, you can use just the fact that you stay around longer and do more than everybody else. That can be your angle. I'm putting that part in because sometimes people say, well, Dre, I get everything you're saying, but I don't know what's unique about me. I don't have an angle. I don't know what I can say that nobody else can say. Well, listen, this is what you can do. Right? You know what doing is, right? You know what effort means, right? You know what energy means, right? You know what putting out more than everybody else means, right? You know what every day means. Y'all know what work on your game is about. You just do it more than everybody else. That can be your unique angle if you don't have anything else. And here's a great combination right here. I'll give you this idea for free. Have an angle that's different from everybody else and do it more than everybody else. It's impossible for you to be competed against. Did I even say that right? Y'all get what I'm saying though. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.